This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Marion County officials call for new restrictions as COVID-19 cases continue to skyrocket. Good evening to you at 7 o'clock. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Amanda Starn. Mayor Hogsett says the rate of positive COVID-19 cases in Marion County has jumped nearly 50% in just the last week. Those rates are especially hitting young adults between 18 and 30 who tend to congregate in gyms, bars, and other indoor facilities. With that in mind, the mayor has ordered all bars that do not serve food to close until at least August 12th. Restaurants will return to 50% capacity for indoor dining. The city will work with businesses to expand outdoor dining. Social events may not exceed 50 people. Churches can hold indoor services at 50% capacity. Outdoor services will not be restricted as long as social distancing rules are followed. Hair and nail salons and spas will be by appointment only. Gyms can operate at 25% capacity. Sports venues also under a 25% cap. The new restrictions take effect on Friday.
The state health department reports 17 more coronavirus deaths and 954 new cases. That marks the highest number of cases reported in one day since April. 2,683 Hoosiers have now died from the coronavirus. More than 59,000 Hoosiers have tested positive for the virus, and more than 666,000 people have been tested in Indiana, with 8.9% testing positive. Now that the entire state will soon be under a mask mandate, we're reaching out to experts who want to be sure that you understand just how crucial it is to wear face coverings in public. As we first reported yesterday, Governor Holcomb will sign an executive order that takes effect on Monday, July 27th. The mask mandate applies to everyone over the age of 8 while inside public places. That includes stores and restaurants, as well as while on public transportation or while outside in settings where social distancing is not possible. Public health experts say the governor's decision is literally just what the doctor ordered. They say the only way to get control of COVID is to streamline the mandate, applying it to almost everyone.
And for Hoosiers, what this means is we have the opportunity to hopefully get control of this virus so that we can try to get back to our normal lives as best we can, so that our kids can go back to school, so that we can be out and about for our community. And honestly, it's a mild inconvenience for the vast majority of people that can, really prevent the spread of this virus and help us try to get back to normal.
Critics of masks have said one problem is that it's more difficult to breathe while wearing one. Experts say you can breathe in and out with a mask on just like you do without one. They say there's no need to worry about toxins or carbon dioxide retention.
People are calling on the city to reopen the Reuben Engagement Center. It was a place people experiencing homelessness and drug or alcohol intoxication could go to safely detox and then connect with long-term resources. It closed in April due to the pandemic, and right now the future of it is unknown. RTV6's Megan Sanctorum spoke with some who explain why they think it's so important.
It's a scene that's becoming more and more common downtown. People openly using drugs and sleeping outside near the Circle and at City Market.
To see people, the same people out there every single day asking for money, doing drugs.
Danielle Cooney runs Supremacy near the Circle. She fears that with places like the Reuben Engagement Center closed, the problem is only going to get worse.
We need some place where somebody that's on the streets and is addicted to drugs, that's using it as a crutch of some sort, can go and be in a safe place.
For her employee, Sheena Crum, the Reuben Engagement Center was that safe place several years ago.
There, you feel like you're not alone, that people do want to help you. So if it's gone, a lot of people are going to die.
She says the center helped save her life and set her on the path to where she is today.
I was really grateful for that place because I got a safe medical detox until they released me. I didn't have to go through all that pain. And then they gave me places to go when I left.
She says they connected her with the Dove House where she overcame addiction.
I lost my children because of my addiction, and today I have them back. I closed my DCS case last year, and my children came home, and that's where they are now. And I've held a job for over 2 years.
She says recovery is possible, but not without places like this.
There's going to be a lot more deaths if they don't open it back up. A lot more homelessness, a lot more of the mental health out here in the streets.
Others agree. An online petition to reopen it has more than 3,600 signatures. The city is expected to provide an update on the future of the center on Monday. Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
It's been a whole new world for an Indiana summer tradition. While 4-Hers never pause their projects, there have been major changes to the feel of county fairs. Our Alyssa Donovan explains tonight.
Fewer people, all keeping their distance and masking up whenever they go inside the barns. That's this year's reality at the Putnam County 4-H Fair. Families are limited to just a handful of people inside the arena at a time, where normally the bleachers would be full. Instead of staying overnight and camping out, kids are sent home right after their events. And those we talk to say they're grateful for the safety efforts, but feel bad the experience is not quite the same this year for the kids who have worked hard to compete.
I really feel sorry for the kids because they're not getting to experience what we experienced. They have all the camaraderie, and I thought I'd seen it all, but I've never dreamed that we would be going through something like this.
Kids we talk to say they hope next year things return to normal. I'm Alyssa Donovan, RTV6.
And it's been a beautiful day for most of us. I'll show you one exception, but there are changes in the air, and it's the wind direction that's leading the charge, generally out of the west-northwest at about 10 miles per hour. Sun doesn't set until 9:06. At that point, I think any remaining clouds will slowly just dissolve. Temperatures at 84. The humidity is falling. Almost gone, but slow to leave. That's one way to put it. Just southwest of Seymour, lower left-hand side of your screen. Just a little shower there. The rest of these drifting towards Cincinnati and will move out of the state this evening, and then our opportunity for rain and thunderstorms doesn't really come back until we get to Monday. That's when thunderstorms return to central Indiana on a widespread basis. 82 in Peru, 83 in Terre Haute. Temperature in Muncie 1 degree warmer. Temperatures will manage to wiggle their way into the 60s tonight, mid-60s by tomorrow morning, and we'll do it again Saturday and Sunday, keeping low temperatures in the 60s across central Indiana. Forecast tomorrow 78. That's at noon. Afternoon temperatures warm to about 83 to 85, and that's with lower humidity. We'll talk about some other changes that arrive for the weekend coming up.
And also coming up, a grassroots effort to find support for LGBTQ kids and their families in smaller communities is blossoming in one central Indiana town.
This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
I just never dreamed that this kind of support was out there, and it really is. And you don't have to look that far for it.
That's what a Madison County mother is learning months after she first spoke with RTV6 about her son's struggles. Now, thanks to her efforts, there's a new group that's meeting monthly offering support and giving advice. The common connection? The LGBTQ community. RTV6's Cornelius Hawker reports from Pendleton, where he found that no matter where you live, you're not alone.
This sign greeted everyone who came out for the first gathering of the Queer and Trans Families, Allies, and Friends meeting in Pendleton. Inside, acceptance and a safe space.
We're just kind of coming together as a community to talk about what it's like to have friends and family in the LGBTQ community and answer questions and just talk with each other and learn as much as we can about how to support them and be there for them.
Since the beginning of this year, Molly Downey has been determined to make sure she knows the best ways to support her son Gage, who is gay.
I need support to know how to support him, and there's nowhere to go to get that in a small town such as Pendleton.
But that's now changed. All these moms spoke about their experience with either having a child that's gay or transgender, sharing personal stories that were very similar to each other's. Hearing these people speak had a positive impact on Brantley Balick.
We're all in the same boat, and we can all get it through together and just find solutions and know that I'm accepted still, and not just by my friends, but people that I may not know.
Studies have shown supporting LGBTQ youth like Brantley and his boyfriend Gage set them up for a much better life.
It's okay to reach out. It's find people that accept you and feel comfortable with, and you'll just be happier.
Molly tells me that's all she wants for her son his boyfriend, and all the young people who are LGBTQ to be happy. She hopes this group will help with that.
We're just some parents that got together and said, hey, let's do this and let's be there for each other. And if we're going to be there for each other, we might as well invite others in and be there for them as well.
Working for you in Pendleton, Cornelius Hawker, RTV6.
Queer and trans families, allies, and friends will be meeting once a month in Pendleton. Next meeting is August 19th. Info on where it is and how to contact them is on your screen right now. We'll also post this story for you on the RTV6 app with additional information. Are you worried about your child wearing their masks the right way when they go back to school? Coming up here, some tips on how to make sure children are following all the new safety rules that are part of the new normal.
I'm predicting a beautiful sunset. The few clouds that we have will fade away. They've been hanging out at about 4,000 feet above your head. What's ahead for tomorrow on the weekend? Find out in minutes.
Hundreds of thousands of Instacart users may have had their data compromised. A new report says customer information is being sold online, specifically on the dark web. The company says it knows of nearly 300,000 accounts that could be impacted. Some of the compromised data includes the last 4 digits of credit card numbers and order history. People who use Instacart as recently as Wednesday could also be impacted.
As some people lose their extra unemployment benefits, banks are also making changes. They are starting to reduce credit card limits and even close some cards altogether. More than a third of credit card holders have experienced this in recent months, according to Compare Cards. Now, banks are doing this as a way to reduce their liability as people lose income. Some reasons a bank might do this to your account is if you have not used a credit card, have missed payments, or if your credit score has dropped.
The creative minds in charge of coming up with the name for the former Washington Redskins may have some writer's block right now. The team announced today that for now it will be called the Washington Football Team. The NFL team says the interim name will allow time to go through an in-depth rebranding process, which will take into account input from players, alumni, fans, and sponsors. In the meantime, the team is working to retire all Redskins branding with the hope of it being completed by September 13th.
After 15 years, boxing legend Mike Tyson is getting back into the ring. The 54-year-old former heavyweight champion of the world will face off with Roy Jones Jr. in an 8-round exhibition bout. Jones Jr. is a former 4-division world champion who sported a 66-9 record. The pay-per-view fight is branded the Frontline Battle. The fight is now set for September 12th at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California.
The world's biggest movie theater chain is delaying its opening in the U.S. once again. AMC says it's postponing the reopening to mid to late August. It was set for a phased reopening starting on July 15th, with the goal of being fully operational by July 24th. That timetable was then pushed back by about 2 weeks. AMC says the new timetable reflects the expected release dates for Tenet and Mulan and several other new movies.
School is about to start for some students while others have a little extra time off as school districts put in more safety measures. As a parent, you may be worried about whether your child will wear their mask and follow other safety protocols while they are at school. Amber Strong with our partners at Newsy has more on how to teach your kids safe habits before they go back to class.
As if parenting wasn't challenging enough, the coronavirus pandemic has raised about 1,000 new unprecedented questions on everything from family to home to finances to health. We asked the experts, how do I teach kids to wear masks and social distance when they're in school?
Wearing masks and social distancing in schools is going to become a new norm, at least for a while, and it needs to be something that's just as important as any other school rule. So you can also try many different masks. Some may feel uncomfortable and some may feel better to your child. So don't try to force one particular mask.
Trying to practice at home what they're going to be doing at school, and then making sure that you explain the reasons why this is really important to social distance, especially now. And kids are smart. They'll understand if you can break it down to their level that, hey, you're not supposed to, during this time, go hug your friends or be as close to your friends as you want to be, because we want to keep them safe.
Temperatures, they become the story as we go into the weekend. Never gets too carried away. When we have the lower humidity tomorrow, it will feel great. Temperatures creep back up a little bit. 87 on Saturday afternoon. Temperature Sunday, 90. But you have to factor in humidity, which does swing back up, and that'll drive our heat index values into the mid-90s, if not a little bit warmer. How sweet it is. A friend of mine dropped off some sweet cornet as a summer favorite. Hopefully you've had some. You just got to butter it up. Temperatures tomorrow and Saturday relatively comfortable. With the humidity lower, that eliminates really the chance for thunderstorms bubbling up during the heat of the day. Since the humidity comes back Sunday, I'll include a small chance for a thunderstorm. Don't change anything, though. 99% of us will be dry. Not the case Monday. Our thunderstorms come back in a more widespread fashion. Cass County, Logansport, 81. Marion's at 79. Frankfort, 82 degrees. To the south, temperatures 85 in Bedford. These are temperatures about average for this time of the year. It's taken a while longer in southern Indiana to push the showers well to the south. They're leaving areas of Jackson County and pushing into Ohio and Kentucky. The rain threat will end with that line of showers as it departs. The humidity is falling as we speak. Nothing dramatic. It's just a subtle change, but it takes away the tropical feel and allows temperatures to stretch out a little more and fall off from these afternoon highs and at least dip back into, in some cases, the low to mid 60s. Enjoy that. Temperatures tomorrow start comfortably and they'll end comfortably. 85 the high with a mixture of clouds and sunshine. The wind will be light, generally about 5 miles per hour. More sunshine in the morning, and then the few fair weather clouds develop during the afternoon hours. No matter where you're at in Indiana, temperatures generally within a few degrees of 85. Couple areas will be in the upper 80s in the southern portion of the state. Saturday forecast, your weekend, the cooler half, the more comfortable half of the weekend, because the humidity still won't be that high on Saturday. 87 for the high temperature, and then you can see as you look at temperatures during the day Saturday from north to south, they'll be in the mid 80s. These are average highs for this time of year. And the temperatures on Sunday will warm from there. That's kind of the base temperature. There's your heat index on the Sunday. That's what it will feel like when you factor in the humidity, which surges back into the picture. Early next week, thunderstorms return on a more widespread basis. That arrives on Monday. And then as we go beyond that, temperatures will start to cool. Not just in the 7-day forecast, but beyond the 7-day forecast. Our temperatures will generally be low to mid 80s, which is below average for this time of the year. After our Monday storms, it will feel better with the lower humidity as we go as well. That's the forecast. Gets us into the weekend. We'll be back with more news right after this.
If that job is not the right job opportunity for you, perhaps you'll find something when RTV6 and the Indiana Black Expo teaming up for the virtual Hiring Hoosiers Employment Opportunity Fair. It's 1 week from today, Thursday, July 30th, from noon until 4 p.m. Quality employers are coming together to help you take the next steps in your career. And immediate job openings are available. To get connected, visit indianablackexpo.com.
Lifestyle diva Martha Stewart is burning up the internet with a selfie of her cooling off. The 78-year-old posted this shot from her pool in East Hampton, New York. Followers went nuts over Stewart's glowing skin and flirty pout. She kept the post focused on her 30-year-old pool, but it comes as Stewart launches a new TV show on HGTV. The series Martha Knows Best premieres this month. It focuses on her completing outdoor projects around her farm in Bedford, New York.
How about that? Pool will be a good place for the weekend. Temperatures will warm up. The lawnmower is an option too if you've got some work to do. Patchy fog in the morning will be just that. I think very patchy. Most of us will not have an issue. If the kids get a chance to go to the playground as we head to the weekend, temperatures they'll be in the mid to upper 80s, but we're dry as you see on Saturday.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 11.